Ladies and gentlemen, those in between are neither. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host. Today I am with the wonderful Silver Fox MC and Coffee, and today's just going to be a vibe.
Everything is fine, everything is fine.
Yep. Today's just going to be a vibe day as I proceed to hatch some eggs and we will discuss about a semi-Pokemon related project.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's the best way to describe it, probably.
Like, I'm not entirely sure if there is another way to describe it.
A fake mom project.
Ah, yes. So, as soon as the audio issues have been moved over...
Everything's fixed now.
Woo!
God damn it, I don't... Bitch. Today's not my day. I was fucking fighting web fishing the entirety before the stream. Because I wanted to just play something nice in the background while we discuss this, so it wouldn't just be me sitting on a blank screen the entire time.
I mean...
Nice things can't happen, apparently. As said by the Steam gods, who apparently are just suffering right now.
Do we have a backup plan? Like, do you have something for your Switch? Because you could just put on, like, Scarlet and Violet or something.
Yeah, but I can't put it on the screen because I don't have my, thing set up for that.
Okay.
But, it's fine. I just forgot to put up my stream avatar, so everything's chill now.
Okay. Just... We're already 5 minutes in and I'm already doing my job. Like, okay, what's plan B?
Let's play at 758. I don't know.
Well, it's better than playing 757, apparently.
Oh, but there you are, you beautiful bastard. Get out of your ads. But, yeah, we're just going to be playing a bit of web fishing in the background while we discuss some of the things involving the, fake mod project that may or may not be happening. I don't know. I'm really dedicated to it, but it's also going to be expensive as shit. So that's just going to be
We're probably going to break it up into pieces and go from there.
Yeah, pretty much. But today's going to be more so just discussing kind of the logistics of it, how big we want the Pokedex to be, stuff like that. If we want to consider making gym leaders, just kind of going down that rabbit hole today. That's where the brain wants to go today. So I'm just letting the brain lead me because I've learned not to find my brain on streams like these. It never works well for me when I try.
All right, so let's start.
But we are going to be playing at least some. Which, by the way, if you're wondering why there's no web fishing audio, the audio is being a bitch today, and it is crackly as all hell. So, like, I tried about everything I could think of. I looked it up. I could not get the audio to cooperate, so we're just going to put on background music and hope that that will work.
So in other words, we're just doing a don't worry about it, it's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Did I miss much?
No.
No, we started up stream and I was just discussing about how I was fighting web fishing for the good portion of an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, web fishing? I'm sorry, what?
Fishing.
Okay.
I was going to say, my guy, no.
No, I heard that on my end.
So why did your head go there?
No, I mean, I heard that from my end.
Okay. So, anyway. Our first topic of discussion should probably be the Pokedex size.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, because the smallest dex, at least for the canon games, is either Johto or Kalos with about 100 entries.
Yeah, I think I looked it up the other day to try to get ideas, and I think if I remember correctly, it was around the 70 something that was the smallest dex.
Yeah, and keep in...
One of the generations is very small.
Yeah. And keep in mind, we are considering base decks, not national decks.
Yeah, no. God, no.
Just
I know our friends have a lot of OCs. They don't have that many OCs.
I mean,
Well, and
well, considering that this is going to be a group effort regardless, let's start small, and then if we need to expand,
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah, we'll start the decks off small and expand as needed. Also, I'm trying to get the code so people in chat that come in can join if they want to. But I forgot I have to do that.
And we're headed to our next raid den. Whee!
Like this maybe? I don't know if people can join if you're playing on a modded mode fishing.
Maybe?
I have no idea, but I'll put the code in, and if people need the mod code, I can also put that in chat because it's just a Thunderstorm mod. So
Yeah.
okay, there's lobby code. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I think like the lowest dex is around 70 something, and the highest is around like 115. I want to say.
Highest is 151 at least, because that was the base
151.
dex.
Oh yeah, you're right. Definitely, probably. Not, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that high, maybe not that high. We'll see.
Well, like I said, we're going to start small, and then if we
Yeah.
need to expand things, we will. Now, I do think that we should at least try to finish our decks first before we start introducing things like Gym Leaders, Elite Four, possible Champion.
Yeah.
So, I think that's going to be quote-unquote Phase 1.
Yeah, I think phase 1 is going to be just kind of figuring out the Pokédex, figuring out, like, who we want where, how many we want, stuff like that, and trying to balance out probably the number of types.
Yep.
I know we're getting an Electric Dragon pseudo-legendary, because god damn it, I want Arcadian as that pseudo-legendary.
Go for it.
I need that in my life.
You're the lead on this project. I'm just here to keep you on track.
Keep me from going off the deep end.
Exactly. I am here to put the rails in place if need be.
If I've gone too far.
Now, you might want to jot this down on like a Word document or something.
Yeah.
I
I'll open up a notepad. That'll probably be easier.
yeah.
Since you still can send notepads through Discord and stuff like that if need be.
So then phase 2, that's when we start getting into Gym Leaders, Elite Four members. You are definitely going to design the champion because again, you were the lead on this project.
Yeah, I'll probably see about getting help from Anne, because I know Anne does really good art like that, so I'll probably see if I can get help from Anne with stuff like that in terms of designing Gym Leaders.
If anything, I can at least come up with a concept for a Pokemon Professor. Again, this is still in phase 2.
Yeah.
And then, are we thinking phase 3? Or are we not thinking phase 3?
I'd probably say thinking phase 3 would be like going into more detail about like what kind of gyms would be run. Would there be specific towns named off specific things? Do we have a storyline in mind here, or are we just gonna keep with the gym leaders and leave it at that? Do we create an evil team? Stuff like that.
So in other words, phase 3 is basically all of the other details.
Yeah, story based in minor details, and probably phase 4 would be anything involving like cleanup.
Phase 4 is effectively our packaging.
Yeah.
Like, what medium are we going to use to introduce this to the wider audience?
Yeah. How do we show this off? Do we want to do it in a YouTube video? Do we want to do it, like, set up a Pokédex or something? How do we go about showing this off kind of ordeal?
Well, yes, we're definitely going to put this on YouTube. It's just a case of how.
How?
Because
How?
that's gonna take effort, that's gonna take editing, that's gonna take time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, like I said, it's all about the packaging. And again, I'm just kind of here to make sure that we keep our expectations relatively reasonable.
Us? Reasonable? Yeah.
Silver, one of us has to be the straight man here, and it's not gonna be you. Like I
No,
said.
they got a point.
Said something like that.
No, they got a point.
Like I said, one of us has to be the straight man, and it's not gonna be you two, and I'm not even straight. Yeah, I'm not.
They're not wrong.
None of us are straight.
Bold of you to assume that. So, we've got our basic roadmap at this point.
Yeah.
Now, focusing on Phase 1 specifically.
Everywhere is gay.
Coffee, try to focus, please.
We're not
I
gonna
would
get yet.
I said try. I didn't say succeed.
I'm glad you know me this well now.
So, smallest decks, is it Kalos, Johto, or Alola? Like, smallest base decks. Because I'm only asking to figure out how small can we actually go.
Deck size. No,
And-
that's not what I want.
And this is not including national decks.
Yeah.
So, keep that in mind.
No, I don't want my national dex number. I just want to know the individual Pokédex. Why must you fight me on this?
I don't make the rules. I'm not trying to fight you.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Thank you.
Hello, Skyrox. Welcome to the stream.
Okay, so the smallest number is 72 in X and Y, and the biggest number is 156 in black and white.
I didn't think Kalos was that small, but apparently.
Yeah. I think it's because they added so many older types of Pokemon and give them the fairy type rather than create new ones. That's
Yeah.
probably why it's so small.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that in mind, I do think we should at least try to shoot for around 70. At least start with that. And then
Yeah.
depending on how many we have of each type, we can possibly add or at least deviate. Next question, because this is kind of a Pokedex related question. Is there going to be any sort of gimmick, like Dynamaxing, Mega Evolutions, possibly Terrestrialization?
I would like to throw in a few Megas because I do like Megas. I'm obviously extremely biased, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there'd be a specific, like, special gimmick.
I wouldn't mind seeing some more convergent evolutions.
Definitely.
Like Toedscruel and Wugtrio. Like, we could do that with later gen Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I
You
do.
could do that and still save it around, like, friends and their creations and stuff.
Yeah. We could do fusion as a gimmick. That might be like, here's what our evil team is doing type of deal.
Maybe.
But again, that's more of a phase 2 discussion, not phase 1.
Yeah.
Here's our first egg upstream. It is a normal Cyndaquil.
Damn.
Ah. So, trying to figure out where to go next with this, because yeah, it's if we're going to be doing an entire region, what exactly are we basing it on? Because that might give us a bit more of a design direction than anything else. If that makes sense. Like, are we going off of the US? Are we going off of the UK? Are we going off of any specific thing?
I think probably based mainly on the US, given that's where I live.
Okay.
But I also think there could be some, like, UK and other stuff thrown in as well.
Yeah, considering this is basically a team project.
Yeah.
Checking Michelle, unsquirtle, that is a normal Squirtle. Because I'm also in the States, Coffee's in the UK. I assume
Other
that...
friends are over in the UK area. Oh no!
Yeah, I say this now, Scarax. Silver and...
Pedro.
So...
Pedro.
Thank
you for the Pedro Blitzy.
Yeah, to answer the question, Scarax, yes, we are effectively putting together our own Pokemon region. We're just trying to figure out the scale right now and kind of figuring out the details.
Yeah. I definitely know there's going to be a lot of clowns, because, like, I'm friends with a lot of clowns, but also I have fallen in love with the idea of clown-based, or circus-based Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I want to add in a lot of circus-based Pokemon in.
I can agree with you. My worry is that I don't want it to overwhelm, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it was definitely not overwhelmed, but just add in a couple.
I mean, we've already got the one that's based off of Tristan, which is...
Yeah.
He's cute. I like him.
I like him. He'd give you a big hug.
Yeah, unless you try to touch his nose, and then he proceeds to deck you in the face.
Also got mentioned from the cowboy.
God damn it, Kaiser. Anyway. So we are going to predominantly base this in the US, considering that's where most of us are actually based out of. Is there any other, like, thing?
Not that I can really think, because again, most people, I mean, obviously there are a couple of people, like, Neon, Doodle, Honk, I believe, but maybe Honk, I'm not so sure. Petro Fakemon, maybe, don't test me, I might.
Oh, I'm fully expecting a Pedro Fakemon at this point.
But, I know some people live in Canada. I know a couple of people live in Canada, but again, mainly the two, like, major groups of people I know live in the UK, or not the UK, but Europe and America.
Yeah.
America.
Counterpoint
Fuck no.
to the ZA, it's not going to be South American. It's Kalos. Well, from what we know about it, we're technically going back to Kalos. I don't know if Lumiose is going to be altered in some sort of way. Now, Generation 10 could absolutely go into South America, and I'm kind of hoping they do. But that's going to be later.
I'm really hopeful for next Pokemon Gen, because, like, this game isn't bad, it's just leveling up is a bit finicky if you don't know, like, where to go to level up.
Not really.
Well, it was for me. Because, like, I stopped playing the game forever because I just could not easily,
Ah.
and I just didn't have the right Pokemon to take on others to get levels from fighting. So it was a struggle for a bit there to get to the point where I could actually progress in the game.
Fair point. Okay, but anyway, back to our main topic of discussion here. And yes, Skyrex, we were talking about Scarlet and Violet. Oh. And of course I get
Really
stuck.
necessary.
What? Ah.
He threw stuff at me.
Ah.
Listen, man, you gave me all these points. I'm gonna use them.
Of course. So anyway, back to our main topic of discussion here.
Yeah.
For the Convergent evolutions, how are we going to determine those?
I think it's gonna probably be a bit of a looking between like Pokemon we would want to make a Convergent evolution for and seeing if we could combine it with something else we have to make that Convergent evolution.
Like, is there anyone that comes to mind right now? Because I got nothing.
Not off the top of my head, no.
And Coffee, feel free to say
Add
something.
any input.
Honestly, I'm eating and my brain is just going, nope, no brain cell.
No brain today, thank you, goodbye.
I feel like Game Freak always gets to pick their favorites. Well, yeah, because they're the ones that are making the game. So there's going to be a little bit of bias there.
Yeah.
Now the question is, could we actually pull it off? Because I will admit, I would love to see, like, a Convergent of a pseudo, like either, technically Goodra, but also Dragapult.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we could pull that off. Mainly because pseudo.
Let's see, how dare you? Lizzie said remember to add Charizard.
Again, National Dex, we're not doing that.
Charizard's had enough publicity.
The worst part about Charizard is that he sucks in his home region. He really does.
I found the water. Oh god!
I don't know.
There's not a roof on this thing!
You expected there to be?
I still remember a lot of, like, when a lot of people were actually playing Pokemon, like the original Game Boy cartridges. A lot of them chose Charizard, and then I just came in with a Blastoise, like, yeah, you suck.
Yeah.
Good.
I will admit, my pick for Gen 1 is Squirtle. Mainly because I don't enjoy Charizard that much. Anyway.
I
But
still
I-
question the middle evolutions of them, though.
It's one of those.
Like, at least Ivysaur kind of looks like what it became.
Yeah.
Wartortle was just weird.
So, back to the decks, because we kind of still need to, talk
Yeah.
about it. We want an Electric Dragon pseudo for sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that is like, yes, this should be in the decks?
In terms of, like, typing stuff, not off the top of my head, again, just making sure to get in as many friends and OCs in the decks as possible, since that's what the inspiration for this entire thing is based off of. Hey, you won the Jump Catch minigame!
Hey, I actually won something. Cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Even though it doesn't
Okay.
really look like a jump because I'm a biped.
Don't worry about it.
So, considering
Skedaddle.
how many creators we may or may not have on this project, do we want to at least start with a one per person, or?
I think think we definitely start off with just doing creators, and then slowly dip into OCs afterwards.
You know what hasn't been done with other than one Pokemon?
But
Weather changes.
that is true.
You're right.
It's only been done with one Pokemon, and that's Castform.
And Castform, as cute as he is, he's just not. No.
Castform, my beloved.
He's squishy.
He needs more
He's
love.
squishy, but he's so goddamn precious.
Which is, I
Castform
feel
just
like that could be
needs
something
more
else that could be
attention.
worked with.
Yeah.
Hey, convergent form of Castform.
Maybe.
And we do it more like either a weather drone or a weather balloon. Probably a drone, considering how many drones are actually used.
Yeah.
But still,
Plus
ideas!
the balloon Pokemon already existing.
He's shiny.
Looking
Well,
at you, Ghost-type kidnapper.
well, it's not just the shiny forms, and Castform didn't even get shiny forms for its alternate weather forms until it came to home, which sucks.
Boy disturbs it.
It just Castform in general needs more attention.
Yeah.
Like, regardless if the shiny form is garbage or not.
Plus, they only really covered like 3 weather forms. There's a lot more than just snow, rain, and hot.
I'm still waiting for a sand form, dang it.
Yeah. There's so much more you can do with cat. Like, I don't remember which Pokemon tuber has done it, but I know somebody. I want to say it's. I think Lachlan or something like that.
Because, like, just as an example, it has a rain form. What if it's like a storm rain, like a stormy rainstorm?
Like an
Whenever
actual
somebody says storm, I can
thunderstorm.
only think of. I can only think of fucking Zeus.
God damn it. We don't
Goddamn
need to
epic
bring him up.
musical.
I'm just saying, like some form of like electric type, like change in cast form.
And I know
Pretty cool.
there was a creator who actually did like 18 different forms of Castform.
Yeah.
I
Again, I think it was Lachlan. It was.
I think so. I don't remember, but I remember seeing somebody react to that video. Mainly because it was a damn good video.
It is really good.
But I think we should try to at least emulate that, at least with Castform's convergent evolution on a smaller scale. Hi.
I definitely want to make sure we're careful about copying it because, again, like, it's hard because he nailed it. He honestly did.
Yeah, it's a case of we might need to put a disclaimer of, hey, we've seen this creator's work, we're not trying to copy it.
We're not trying to copy it. And, like, there's only... Because, again, like, he got all the weather types you could think of. He did an amazing job creating them. It's like, it's hard to fight it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... Well...
I mean, you can put a disclaimer... I think usually they put a disclaimer saying any familiarities to already existing things is purely coincidental.
Well, we are definitely going to have to put that in.
Yeah.
Like,
It is Nidorino.
In several places, we are definitely going to have to put that in.
Yeah. If you're out of Pokemon, you have to type in the specific ball that you want to catch with it.
Okay.
But you just do Poke-catch and then type in Great Ball, Ultra Ball, etc., etc.
Did it work? Did it do it?
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, it worked. If it doesn't give you a message afterwards, then it did work. And if you want to buy more, just scroll down to the little panel, and there should be a shop you can use to buy more Pokeballs.
Did it say how much money? Oh, there's my money.
I'm trying to think. Is there any... Well, aside from us getting at least the rough concept art stuff out on stream,
Yeah.
which, when's the next one of that happening, by the way?
I'm not sure right now. Again, with this project, I'll probably play it a bit more by, hey, do I feel like doing this project today? Sure, let's do it. Because I've done it with a lot of other projects where, like, with my Pride Month art or with my art fight where I, like, hey, you caught the Nidorino. But, I'll try to keep up with it, and I slowly suffer burnout to the point where I don't want to do it even more, even though I do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want that to happen with this project, so I'd much rather play it by, hey, do I feel like doing this project today? Yeah, I feel like doing it today. Let's do it today.
All
Kind
right.
of ordeal.
Alright. Well,
One thing, though, that does need to be figured out is the starters.
How are you supposed to, level up these Pokemon from your bot?
You have to fight. There's a little tournament button, or there's the sword, so there's a little battle button, where you can do either stadium, where you'll go against somebody random, or you can do private. But you first have to add a Pokemon onto a team. Which you do basically by just clicking on them, then clicking the little swords next to them and putting them on the team.
Okay.
sounds complicated.
But yeah,
So,
I think
yeah, starters. I think we're going to do the standard fire, water, grass core, because that's what you do. Question is, what hasn't been done?
Well, again, I did have an old concept for Hall of Fakemon from forever ago that was a fire grass starter based off of tiger lilies and how kind of flame chemicals can create different vibrant colors given that Paul is an artist.
Yeah. Here's my question. Does it start as fire grass, or does it gain the fire typing later? Or...
I had it somewhere. Hang on, let me find my Google sheet, because that's where I should be storing this information.
That would certainly help, yes. But the reason I ask is because if it starts as fire grass, we might not be able to use it unless we're doing a secondary typing for all of the starters. That would be...
Okay, yeah, it looks like I had to start as fire, and then had to become fire grass.
Okay.
You become crackly.
Huh?
You become a little crackly.
God damn it.
It's not a stream without scuff, ladies and gentlemen.
I have no way to fix it, which is the annoying part, because this happened last stream too.
Like I said, it's not a stream without scuff.
Yep. What do you mean I can buy a punching glove?
Yes.
Why does my Beldum no steel wing?
Also, yes. Wait,
Sir, you are a Beldum. You should know nothing but takedown.
huh? Okay, Coffee, what the hell are you doing? Did you manage to break something again?
No, I'm just using Silver's bot.
Oh. Hello, Pineco.
But, I don't know. If that's what we want to go with
I mean,
for star type,
we at least have a fire type concept,
yeah.
and since it gains the grass typing later, I'm relatively okay with it, but I still think that if we're doing that, we should give the other two starters a similar type, so we still have a solid core as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, the main example is Generation 4. Like, they did Grass, Fire, Water, and then they did Steel, Ground, and Fighting, which are still... The second part of it's not a perfect core, mind you, but it's still a solid foundation to take inspiration from.
Yeah, I think for now we keep the Pokemon for Paula in as a stand-in for the Fire Starter, and if we like find a character or find somebody who like would fit better,
Yeah.
then we can work around and replace it.
Okay. Which, that actually leads me into my next question. Which creators were you thinking about using? Specifically creators.
Well, I guess I should specify even further on that. Specifically creators that we are, like, friends with.
Yeah. Like I said.
Because...
Because it is one of those cases of how many creators are we actually going to pull from, and how many are, well, how many quote-unquote slots do they have, effectively? Because as of right now, Paula's already got one.
Yeah. Well, I know I want to get as many creator friends in as possible, so obviously there's going to be you, Coffee, Darkus, etc. on that end. I know I want to get the KMS team in on this. So people like Anne, Kruger, Galvin, Ninja, people like that. I'd like to get the Pichon people as well. So Paula, Kaiser, Hawker, Kitty. And again, obviously, I want to get some of my Cloud friends under this. So Lindsay, Tristan, Bippo, Tonks. And then obviously there's Deanna Doodle, who I'd also like to get in.
Yeah, that's, well, I don't want to say that's about 15 people, but with the groups you listed, with about 5 people per group, that's about 15 to 20 people.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, how many quote-unquote slots do we want to give people?
I made a couple concepts in the past for some big fun for some of these people.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we have the Darkus big one that was actually created. We have the Tristan one as well, and we started concepts for the Ninja one.
Yeah.
I believe I gave Anne a 2-stage originally. I know Death was 1 stage. I never fully finished the concept for Coffee. I started on a concept for Kaiser, which I believe was a 3-stage. I'm trying to remember. I know I didn't come up with a concept. Or I think the concept for Fricker was discussed, which was also going to be a 2-stage, given it was a 2-stage.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd say roughly, given these people, maybe, trying to do math, not my strong suit, probably 40 to 50, again, roughly, because obviously, I don't know, and definitely, like, how many people are going to be 1 stage, how many are 3, how many are 2, and so on and so forth.
Because I've at least...
I mean, as we go through them, you could probably make, like, notes down on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've actually got a concept for a grass starter that we could do with the armadillo crossed with the puffball mushroom. That could easily be like a 3-stage starter type.
Yeah.
3-stage grass starter. And then if you want to go off of if you want to do one based off of the little avatar that people are currently seeing, I know that's at least 2 for me. So
Yeah. I know I want to try to get in the Samuel Fate one I did, which is 3 stage, but I'm also not sure about it, given the fact that it was intended to be made to be a pseudo legendary because of the narrative siblings being gods. So that one I'm still debating on actually adding because I'm really proud of the concept and I really like it, but would it work in this context? Is the
no,
question.
it's also a case of let's try to get the creator mons done first
Yeah.
before we start getting into
Get the
into
creators and then
OCs.
start looking into, yeah. Again, I know the one OC I just really want to have is Arcadian because big bias on we need more electric dragon types.
I'm completely with you. It's a unique pseudotyping, technically. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. And considering we do have 18 types to work with.
Yeah.
No, I should. There's the neck pillow. Hang on. I need to achieve full cozy. There we go.
Let's enter full cozy mode.
Yep.
Sam is the epitome of cozy.
I mean, I've got a blanket. I've got a neck pillow so I don't hurt my neck.
Oh no, I'm just saying that from the point of view that it's your thing at this point.
Yes. Yes.
I know another thing I want to. This is at like the bottom of the list of like wants for this, but something I want to at least try
Mhm.
is to make it as balanced in typing as possible in the sense of like
Oh,
not having
oh boy.
52 water typings versus like
Hey, you got
4 electric types.
I completely understand. The issue is that we've got 18 types to work with.
Yeah, again, that's at like the bottom of the list of like wands where like if we can manage it, awesome. If we don't, that's fine.
Hang on, I'm gonna do math really quick. Because if we say do 5 Pokemon per type, and there are 18 types, not counting dual types, that's 90 Pokemon total.
Yeah.
So,
Is it? I know this is probably me being biased, but is it bad that I kind of want to see a regional Mudkip, like a different regional Mudkip?
I wouldn't say bias, however, I don't think we should give regional variants to starters.
I don't know. I get that. I'm just saying, like, from the point of view of like, is it bad? I want to see what a mudfish looks like in a different place.
No. No, it's it's not bad at all. I don't think we're the ones to do it though.
Yeah.
I am the regional Mudkip.
Yes, yes you are. So, I think we actually have a tangible target to shoot for. At least
Yeah.
if we want to go for quote unquote, well, I say quote unquote, but if we're going for balance, let's try to shoot for 5 Pokemon per type. And
Yeah.
then if we need to add dual types, we can add dual types.
Yeah, because a lot of
Yeah, and
three-stage
again,
ones, they'll
that-
usually take on like a second type, either in the second or third iteration of their evolutions.
Yeah, and it really depends on a number of things.
Yeah, and again, it's like I'm not like hard set we have to do that. That's just a hey, this would be neat if we could do. Also,
Yeah.
there's a rock rough.
And it's a case of I'm being the quote unquote realist of okay, I see what you
Yeah.
want to do. Here's a reasonable way that we can do it.
Here's a reason. Here's a path to try to achieve that.
Exactly. Which again, I'm doing my job.
Exactly. You're the one to reel me back in.
Okay. So stepping into phase 2 because phase 1's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Like let's be realistic here. If we're going off of the case of do I actually want to do this or not, it's going to be a while before we actually, get
Yeah.
any tangible progress.
Even if we did this like solid every single week, we worked on designing Pokemon and saving up money, it would still take us like a good couple of years for this to get anywhere close to done.
Exactly. Who do we exactly want as a gym leader, and who do we want as an Elite Four member? Because you, my feline friend, are the champion. Like, that is... We are not going to contest that.
How did no one catch that?
Apparently, we both suck.
We suck.
Well, it's a case of... You guys... I don't particularly care, so here we are.
When it comes to gym leaders and like all that, I think it's gonna more be a case of inspired off of somebody, but not directly based off of like their persona or who they are. Like,
Because, again, I've got a couple ideas for...
Just as a thought, but like, what if like someone kind of like Wolfie was a gym leader? Can you imagine how chaotic that would be?
that's what I mean, though. Like,
Yeah, it...
taking the idea of somebody and making it its own character kind of deal. Like,
Yeah.
taking Wolfie's chaos and like, how can we mold that into a different character for Pokemon?
Because, I mean, I've got an idea for a quote-unquote grass-type gym leader. Granted, they wouldn't be using the grass starter, so we would have to have at least a couple other options.
Well, again, we have Coffee, who so far is said to be the grass electric type because of Coffee beans.
Ah. So, yeah, that would definitely be a option for the gym leader to have.
Yeah.
I think the only grass electric type currently is
Hisuian,
Voltorb,
Voltorb, and Electrode, yeah.
yeah.
I think something I might want to do in terms of like gym leaders for this would be basing them off of different creative hobbies.
So, one person is sports, one person's a bookworm.
Yeah, somebody does puppetry, somebody does art,
So,
maybe
something like that.
yeah, different aspects of a creative hobby.
Which means we would have an electric type gym leader. That would be awesome.
Does a hermit living under a rock
Exactly.
count?
That is not a hobby, Coffee. That is a lifestyle. Thank you.
Well.
Coffee. I say that in the sense of it's a lifestyle we both have. Let's be real here.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Like,
Well, listen, man, I stay away from politics, I stay away from the news, I pretty much stay away from anything that is real world. I like my bubble, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm.
We are Patrick.
Well, it's not so much we live under a rock. It's a case of we don't necessarily like talking to people about it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Or just to shorten it, people. Don't like people. Go away, people. We're not people.
we're not.
We're different. No, I'm just saying, man. There's people, and then there's people. You know?
No. You're going to need to elaborate, because no, I don't know.
That
It's
was
like,
my
you know what I'm
elaboration.
saying? No.
You get it, right?
Sure.
There's us people, and then there's them people.
Again, that doesn't narrow it down.
Basically, we're in the bubble. Everything out in the bubble. Those people, leave them there.
Ah. We can bring in a few. It's just that they're here to visit, not to stick around.
They can visit as long as they bring snacks. I'm kidding. But snacks are good.
Snacks are certainly an option. Anyway. So,
Add that to the tangents counter.
Yeah.
I think that needs to go up another 100, man.
So we've got our concepts for the gym leaders, which is a very fun
Yeah.
concept, actually. The Elite Four.
The Elite Four, I'm not so sure on.
Well, it's a case of you could kind of be the jerk route and do the quote unquote four closest people to you.
I ain't going down that path.
Yeah,
I was gonna
it's
say,
a case
if
of
that was the case, I think in that case I might be one of the toughest Elite Fours.
Yeah, which could be fun.
I think, actually,
Just an electric grass hermit staring you down like you disturbed my afternoon coffee. How dare you?
Yeah, just a
That's
case
kinda
of
could be an
I
idea.
don't like you. You need to go now.
Damn
Because-
drinker.
for the Silver Stream Awards, I've done different categories, basically, like, for different groups of friends. For friends who are really close, for me, the family category. For friends who I'm still new with and still, like, getting used to. I have my friends category. I have the circus category for my clown friends. So, like, instead of choosing just one person, maybe taking aspects from, like, different people who I consider part of those different groups and
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
one person out of that.
Also, you gotta also remember, I don't know if you'd want to do this kind of concept, but like, I know that in some regions they also did the battle tent, so if you wanted to like use the clown stuff in the battle tent and have it as like a big top battle tent, that could
Dude,
work.
our version of the Battle Frontier is just the Battle Circus.
Yes. I actually love that so much. Oh my god.
Coffee,
Write it down,
you
write it down.
genius!
Write
Write
it
it
down.
down. Where's my notepad? Where's my notepad?
Get your notepad. I can't forget that.
Coffee, you genius!
So I was just thinking like battle tent. Wait a minute, the big top's a tent.
Insert loud vibe boom of idea happening.
Which means we're gonna have
I
to
can't. I don't have nitro.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a case of, for at least the quote-unquote Battle Circus, somebody's gonna have to be the ringmaster, and then you can take other aspects of the circus, and boom, there you go. There's your concept.
Oh,
I don't have the vine move, but I got this.
That works.
That works.
Granted, I think once we enter quote-unquote phase 2, that's probably going to be like the starting point, because that is the most well thought out that we have so far.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a rude way. It's just that
No, you're just
Yeah.
right. That's the most fleshed out idea we've had so far.
exactly.
All it took was one circus. One digital circus to rule them all.
Battle circus, battle circus.
I was going to say any correlation to the TV show, YouTube show is purely coincidental. And we've got an
Hey,
egg.
it's had a toad.
Come on. Please be shiny. I've got
I
like
think it would still,
several
it would
boxes.
still- It would still like act as a circus, so like they'd still do circus shows.
Yeah.
But I feel like they'd have to do the battles in a slightly different way
Well,
than just normal battles.
yeah. Like, well, you've got the quote unquote singles, doubles, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you've
Well,
got.
I mean things like you could use like the balls they roll around on. You can use the trapeze. You can use the safety net. So like, but they could basically use everything that the circus use, but they can
Yeah.
use it to their advantage.
Well, hold on, because the Battle Frontier, every quote unquote building has a certain gimmick, basically. So we're going to have to figure out what those gimmicks are.
Yeah.
I do
But they
like
could
the
be based
idea.
off of the-
Sorry?
I'm just gonna say they could be based off of like the different types of thing to imagine, like, the different types of performances you think of when you go to the circus.
Right. I do think that we should have a quote unquote backstage section where you use rental Pokemon instead of your own team.
That could prove interesting.
Because you can't necessarily have it quote unquote out in the open. If that makes sense.
Or a potluck kind of thing, like where both teams have like a, what they call them? Are they called gacha machines? The ones where you turn the knob and it gives you like a little ball.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, like kind of like what they use for Miko.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's
having
not.
one of those, but like
Right?
having both sides get a random Pokemon, so they don't know what it is until they throw it.
That's certainly a aspect. I would do that more as a quote unquote roulette style wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, the fact that we actually have this concept to begin with, which I hope you wrote this down.
I made sure to write it down.
You wrote that down.
Thank you. And then of course we've got Champion Silver at the top.
Oh, so I'm gonna add to the tangent counter. Just gonna add another 100. It's fine.
This is fine.
Let's be honest. We don't really count single numbers anymore. We got in the hundreds.
Not in the tangent counter, at least, because we forget we had a tangent
Yeah.
for the next time.
We remember we have a goddammit counter.
Yes.
We don't remember the tangent counter.
Unfortunately.
Well, that's because the goddammits we only count once a day.
Alright. In this case, once a stream.
Yeah, once a stream or once recording.
Yep.
Also, is that a mushroom on the diving board?
Yeah, that's the
Probably.
mushroom on the diving board.
Do you
God,
just sit
it's
on the
a-
mushroom?
Oh!
Oh god. Do you just like sit on the mushroom or something?
I'll show you what the mushroom does. Oh wait, hang on, asteroid! Go! Get that asteroid. I need it. I need it for my collection. Get him.
Well, I'm happy I'm just hatching eggs and doing this quote unquote outbreak at the same time.
I got an unidentified fish object.
Ah.
What the fuck?
It's an unidentified fish object. What do you want from me?
But let me show you what the mushroom does.
Spraying. Yeah, I assume it's a
I'm
spring.
waiting for it to catch up so I can see what it does. Oh, it makes you bounce.
Okay. So, with our quote unquote post game area almost done in concept, where the hell do we want to go next?
Sinnoh?
Coffee.
No.
Well, since I know Silver likes it as well, what about Unova?
Coffee.
In terms of where should we go next in, like, concept building.
Yeah,
okay.
it.
Alright, look, pretty. But, in terms of, sorry, I'm stuffy. In terms of, concepts,
Herm.
I'm trying to think, because, like, I guess a big question is, are we gonna try to go for more than just, like, typing when it comes to gym leaders? Like, are we gonna have them specifically stick to their type? Or bring in some other Pokemon that still fit with what the gym theme is, but still have them mainly be a certain type?
Honestly, I would say just focus on a theme, and then have at least half the team be of that specific type.
Yeah, because, like, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I hate that gym leaders are so constricted to just typing. Because I feel like you could do so much more if you gave a gym leader a theme to stick to.
Which, that's what we're doing. We're giving them options.
Just as a thought, I know this one is like a spitball idea in my head. What if you had a gym that was similar to a scavenger hunt? Where you had to like follow clues to find a gym leader?
Several gyms have actually done a similar concept. Not necessarily a scavenger hunt, but more of a, I want to say a hide and seek.
Yay, I got $25 for spending 75. That was a $50 net loss.
I mean, it's still a rebate.
But yeah, you could always do something like, you walk in, you have to like solve a riddle to find the right way.
Again,
Maybe.
that has been done before. In Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, no less. Or at least in Diamond and Pearl, the Eterna Gym kind of gets revamped in Platinum.
Yeah.
There we go. We got an egg.
I think if we did do something like kind of a riddle-based gym, it'd probably be for, like, the writer of the gym leaders.
And I'm expecting a psychic type.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm expecting several psychic types if we are predominantly focusing on riddles.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think, like, part... Because, like, we're gonna do the classic 8 gym leaders, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I do like the concept of being able to take on the gyms in any order, and like we actually like scale the teams, so that way you can take them on in any order and still have a decent challenge.
Yeah,
Looking
I like
at you,
that idea a
Paldea,
lot.
you don't necessarily do that very well. They don't. It's a case of that.
You can't take any gym on, you know.
Yeah. It's a case of
Quotation marks.
there's a very. It's very clear that they thought that you would take it on a certain way.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that we don't try to limit ourselves and we come up with at least quote-unquote Pokemon that we would have and scale them appropriately.
Yeah. We scale them based off of, like, the person's level or based off, like, the order they took it in. So, like, they'd be roughly around, all the gyms would be roughly around the same level. If you had no badges, if you had one badge, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so if you, like, well, you pick a gym, go after it, you get the badge, perfectly fine. The next gym will act as you've already gotten one badge, so we can jump the difficulty a little bit.
Yeah.
Or you could have like a gym that can only open with a certain badge.
Maybe.
I also, what was I gonna say?
Oh no, Forgore! Not the Forgore!
Like, if we have certain gyms open up when you have a certain badge, that kind of takes away the ability to take them on in any order.
Yeah.
Because it's a case
I like
of
the idea of any order more.
yeah, that it does impose an order if you lock them behind a certain badge requirement.
Yeah.
And again, I know that this is phase 2, but what types do we actually want to use for the gyms? Because we're only using 8.
Yeah.
The Elite Four, that's 12. So there are going to be 6 types that are not necessarily accounted for in that quote-unquote roster.
Yeah.
Well, depending on if you want to go with how Pokemon usually appear in the first routes, is usually like a normal or flying type. You could go with something that can at least work with those two, or maybe with bug types.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I know it's usually like normal flying bug.
Well, I think probably first we should figure out all the different hobbies we want, because then it will be kind of easier to narrow down, like, this type works better for this hobby concept, or this works for this better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sports is definitely more along the lines of fighting.
Yeah.
In general. Theater, I would say that's fairy. Writing could...
So we know we want writing. I'm just making sure I write this down. Sports, theater. I know I definitely want to get obviously art as a whole in there.
I don't know what we would do for a type for that one though, because that could be a lot of things.
Yeah. Again, I want that in there, but we can probably do that last so we can kind of narrow down the typing.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to workshop that one the most.
Yeah, but I just feel like given not only me, but just how many of our friends are artistic people, that just has to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So writing can either be psychic or ghost.
Yeah.
I'd say psychic for that one.
I was gonna say, I'm leaning more psychic.
If we're gonna do a gamer or a streamer, we're gonna do something more along the lines of electric, because it makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
So,
that's a bit questionable given Paldea. Because isn't their electric gym leader or streamer?
Yes. And she is electric type.
Also, I am gonna be right back.
Oh no, we'll workshop that one.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna
we
deal with my playing cup.
Yeah, I think we might have to workshop that.
Yeah.
If we want to do a quote-unquote workaholic, that might be Steel. Depending on if they
I don't know
are...
if I want to go the workaholic route, because again, I want these to be creative hobbies.
True.
I think I do want to do one, though, voice-related, either with voice acting or with music.
Oh gosh, would that be normal then? Because there isn't a lot of, like, sound.
Yeah, I think probably normal, given the amount of sound-based moves there are for normal types.
Well, granted, we could also include something like Textricity and Noivern.
Yeah. But I think just for base, we keep it as normal. And again, we can play around with this.
Yeah.
This is just the concept of, like, roughly what types and what activities do we want.
If we're gonna do an outdoorsman, that's definitely gonna be ground. Ground rock or grass.
I think we go maybe... I know it's cliche, but I think we go maybe gardener if we're gonna do a grass gym.
Mm-hmm. Or at least not necessarily gardener, but botanist.
Yeah. So how many is that? That's 2, 4, 6, 7. So one more. So right now I have written down writing, sports, theater, art, streaming, music, and gardening. So what's one more hobby that?
If we want to do like water sports, so swimming, skiing.
Hang on, I'm gonna look at the list of hobbies just to look
Yeah.
through it. Yes, I love the hobby learning.
That being a scholar is technically a hobby.
just as learning.
And I'm saying they're not exactly wrong, but it's also not what we're looking for. Also, the Palmont is tiny.
Aww.
Look at him! He is small, and he's going to have a very bad day.
I'm about to make it everyone's problem.
I'm just hoping that paralysis doesn't come back to bite me.
Okay, so I had to focus up and catch that real quick.
Yeah.
There is handcrafting, like pottery and stuff.
Pottery would definitely be more of a ground, I would think.
Yeah.
Because you're actively dealing with clay, which is literally, part of the earth.
Here's a hobby master list for Reddit. Let's look at what we got here. So we got 3D printing, functional print, 3D. So 3D printing. What the? Oh, yoga, acting, which we already got with theater. Aerospace.
Yeah. Rockets.
Okay. We got animation, which is under the. I hit my mic. Sorry.
That's.
We got animation, which is under the R. We
Yeah.
got ant keeping. Aquascape? Is that just okay? Yeah, that's aquariums, tanks, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, just gonna do a heal check because this paralysis and confusion are not fun.
Car racing, biking,
Hello, Doug.
backpacking, baking, ballet dancing, baseball. They're going wild. Boxing, beekeeping, beer tasting.
I mean, we could do, like,
watching.
cooking in general. So, like, either a fire type.
Maybe. Yeah. I think I like that list because again, all of those feel like really good. Because obviously, there's a lot of hobbies to do. Like we aren't gonna
there's.
be able to fit every. Even if we condense it and smash stuff together, we still aren't gonna be able to hit every type of hobby that's out there. But I think,
There's a lot.
I think these encompass a lot of the stuff that not only we do, but a lot of our friends do.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, we got artists, we got writers, we got voice actors and musicians, we got people who do gardening, we got streamers, we got people who have done theater, we got baking. Like, I think that gets the majority of the stuff that some of our friends do, and mashes it together about as good as we're gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this is a good list to work with. So right now I have written down for writing, psychic, sports fighting, theater, fairy, voice acting / music, normal, gardener / botanist, grass, and baking fire.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves us with art and streamer to try to come up with types.
Streamer. Honestly, it would. For me, the two types that I can easily narrow it down to are electric and steel.
Yeah. Which, again, the electric works so good, but
it's
it
already
works too good. That's already been done.
Yeah, it's already been done, so we're gonna have to do steel, and we're going to have to stretch it.
Yeah. Again, worst case scenario, we can replace streamer with another hobby if we need to. If it's just we can't get it to work.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves art.
Oh, gosh, that could be so many different types.
Yeah. Again, art is so broad. What do you mean stellar? What do you mean stellar?
I mean, yeah, but
Oh, terrestrialized. Okay.
there's a reason stellar doesn't necessarily work. There's no.
I was just looking up the types to see it. I saw stellar. I was like, what the fuck is stellar?
Uh-huh. We're not gonna touch stellar. It's one of those cases of it. It works in the context of Generation 9. It does not work in the context here. unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, I will be right back. I gotta go for box real quick.
And I'm all alone. Well, not entirely, but at least in this call, I am alone. Coffee's back. Cool.
Yay! What'd I miss?
We're trying to figure out the gym leader typings right now. Like, and some are super obvious, but then we have art, which is just like, the heck do we do?
I mean, if you're going by theme and not by typing, then you got Smeagol and Grafii.
Yeah, which Smeargle and Grafii are both normal types. So I'm thinking we peg them as normal for now, and then if we
Yeah.
need to switch it, we can. And considering that normal is just so broad to begin with,
Yeah.
we have options.
Plus, I'm pretty sure doesn't at least Smeargle have a move that can copy another move? I think it's Sketch.
Yep, sketch. Which is a terrifying move considering it can sketch off of legendaries. But the drawback is that, well, Smeagol's stats are kind of garbage.
Poop. Yeah, they're poop. To be honest, they're poop. I should take my drugs for today.
Yeah, that'll probably be a good thing. This is your reminder to take any meds that have been prescribed to you, kids.
Yeah, don't do unprescribed drugs.
Sound said, please don't.
Please don't. Don't go down that path.
There we go. I've already taken you down, Indeedee. Come on. There we go. Don't need to catch it.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome up.
Back in front.
I've heard that joke so many times from Noah. I don't need to hear it again.
Who do you think started this trend?
Am I
Exactly.
Why are you like... There we go.
I am the OG. I am God.
No.
No,
No, you're
I
not.
didn't say that. Just the OG.
No, not that one.
I don't want that kind of responsibility.
I love how the other two in this call just didn't know.
No.
No, not that.
Bro, if I'm a god, can you imagine how terrifying that would be? I'm already chaotic enough. Imagine giving me like celestial powers.
My
on top
guy,
of that.
if you were a god, why are you here? Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
I'm here to tell you, don't do drugs.
I need to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
No.
Bro, if I was a god doing that, I'd be questioning why I became a god in the first place.
Who let this man be God?
Oh, God.
Anyway. Anyway. So I'm thinking we peg the general art hobby as normal, at least for right now.
Okay.
And then if we need to change it, we can.
Well, what about the music and voice-based stuff?
Like, again, we're probably going to have to change it, so we might be pegging them as normal.
We'll just leave. I think we just leave voice, the voice, both the art and voice acting as normal and leave them in for now,
Mm-hmm.
and then come back to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, considering that we've been live for an hour and 20 minutes, I would say that this conversation has been productive.
Hell yeah.
Now, here's my question. What's next?
I think next, probably. Sorry, I caught it. I just had to stare at my screen in disbelief for a second because I caught a fucking plastic bag.
I mean, pollution.
Congratulations, you caught water pollution.
Yeah, it's a case of me caught water
Yay.
pollution. Yay! And by yay, we mean boo. No.
Boo.
Boo.
Just as a fun fact, did you know that, like, whilst we were having the COVID isolation, the populations of some sea turtles that nest on beaches actually went way up because there was no humans interfering with their habitat?
Yeah. It's great.
Whee!
Add that to the tangent counter. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
No. Let's see.
But going over to the Elite Four for a second.
Yeah. I think we should try to make them more of a balanced team since we don't have type specialties for the gym leaders. I don't think we should
Yeah.
have them for the Elite Four either.
Yeah.
Simply because that's what makes sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense to, like, go fully whatever on the gym leaders and then just all of a sudden.
So what's Silver's traumatizing champion team gonna be?
I don't know, we'll get there when we get there.
He's going to have the pseudo for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Required by law.
Well, all of the champions have at least one pseudo.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's their
Okay,
eight.
but let's be honest. Only one of them has caused major trauma to an entire generation of children.
I completely understand that. I'm just saying
I'm
now.
at the wall again!
Oh god.
Now I'm just saying if it's his ace or not is a completely different story.
Yeah.
So
But, looking into the Elite Four,
if we're not doing a type specialty, I do think that once we actually get our decks completed, we're gonna have to go through and do okay, what are the stronger Pokemon of this dex, and can we actually create teams without overlap for
yeah.
this group of four? Because I don't want to give them the pseudo necessarily because the champion has the pseudo. So
Yeah.
in order for us to quote unquote keep it fair, we're going to have to kind of do a deep dive on the decks.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna be much later down the road kind of ordeal.
Yep. So You know what would be kind of cool? If Champion Silver took the quote unquote Leon approach and picked the starter that you did not pick, that was quote unquote weaker to yours.
Yeah.
I or well, depending on how the quote unquote story goes, it could be weaker, it could be stronger to you. Regardless.
But yeah, I think having it be that they choose the other one as the starter that you or your rival does not choose works.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that brings up the question of rival. What the hell are we gonna do there?
When it comes to the team, I think that's definitely going to be more of a story based decision. I kind of like the fact that the rival, well, honestly, it could be either way, because if you've played a Pokemon game long enough, you know how to take out your rival's team regardless of if the starter is weak to yours or not. So,
Yeah.
honestly, we could do either. And I will say this, I kind of hope that our rival's a little bit of a jerk. Like,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a friendly competition, so if you get into a bind with the evil team, they are supposed to they will help you. But outside of that, it's a case of no, I'm here to quote unquote beat you. I'm going to give you an actual challenge.
Like, I do love the friendly rival trope for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it'd also be nice to have a rival that just does not like you, but also is like, I'm not gonna let you die, man.
They tolerate you.
It's a case of I don't have to like you, but I respect you for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And because I respect you, I'm going to help you.
I respect you because you've kicked my ass.
Exactly.
Basically, yeah. Nope.
I fell in the water.
That's a normal Squirtle.
So your dog's going nuts.
I was going to say they are very excited today.
I think they're going crazy because Dad's outside shoveling right now.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, and they're doing the who man is outside. We want to go outside.
Yeah. They're like, why is he outside? Why are we outside? What's going on?
I'm guessing you've had like a decent amount of snow over there.
Yeah, we got a big bit of snow last night.
Oh damn.
Oh, nice.
Can I have some? Sure, if you can come get it.
Sir, I would love to give the quote-unquote lake effect snow to you, but yeah. I can't within good reason.
Like the best amount of snow that we've had this year was like an overnight blizzard, and it was gone by the end of the next day.
Uh-huh. And you were quite salty about that, actually.
Yes, I was. Like, I live in a place where, like, the next town over has hills, so if it does snow, a lot of the snow is going to get caught by those hills first. So we just kind of get whatever snow drifts over to our town. So it usually has to take, like, quite a lot of snow to get to here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're, like, right in the middle of a landmass where I am. So, like, because we're also a lot further down than you guys are to the equator, it's a bit warmer here, so you guys are going to get a lot more, like, Arctic winds and colder winds up there, so you're going to get a lot more snow.
Yep.
Yo.
Vincent, buddy, I need you to confirm. Thank you.
Confirm what? Eh?
I'm stepping into a terror raid. I need everybody to lock in.
Oh, okay.
I was like, confirm what? Oh, it's a Cranidos.
Fossily boy.
Yassles. Piassels.
Side note: are we actually doing fossils for ours or no?
I'd like to, because I do like fossils.
Yes, fossils are awesome, and yeah.
Can we please not make them mishmash?
I will admit, the only time that I did not like the fossils was Generation 8.
I can't agree to not make the mismatch, but I still want it on record that I love those guys because they are goofy as shit.
Like, I don't mind what they look like, but I have a feeling they're just in constant pain.
They probably are.
Yes, yes they are. Oh. Because, I mean, your area, Silver, specifically, I think has some very cool fossils that we could actually, like, use as inspiration.
Yeah.
So it's like, are we actually doing fossils this gen? If so, what?
I think it's gonna have to be, we're gonna have to look into some of the fossils around here.
Or at least in our areas to see what we could draw from.
Yeah. Because, like, we can do different fossils, like, we can do some different fossils from different places.
Yeah. And I will say this, it is not going to be rock and something else. It is going to be the something else and then maybe rock type, depending on what the being actually is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that now.
No, I agree.
Yay! I am getting some herba. This is good. This is very
Hell
good.
yeah.
Considering sandwiches are... Ugh. Like, I do like the idea of making sandwiches, and that kind of can attract Pokemon, but at the same time, it's just like, I miss the curry days.
The curries.
I miss the curry days of Generation 8. And you can actually shiny hunt via curry, so...
Yeah.
Which I'm eventually going to do that. I need to set up a roulette with the Gen 8 starters. Like, all three of them, just to make sure it's fair.
Jesus Christ, I'm finding so many coin bags while I'm fishing.
Hello, dog. So, do we have any other things that we can talk about with this project that...
That don't have to wait until we finish other things first.
Yeah, because the biggest hurdle right now is going to be that Dex.
Yeah. Which is why it's phase 1. We could probably discuss, like, what we want to do in terms of, like, do we want to do badges, or do we want to do some other concept of, like...
Well, I kind of want to do badges, but at the same time I don't, because it's based off of hobbies.
I think something that would maybe... I don't know, like... Because I like the idea... behind badges, but I don't...
Yeah,
because it's based off of hobby.
Yeah, considering what we're basing the gym leaders off of, I think, like, as weird as it is to say, a freaking sticker book would actually work out really well.
Yeah. I think probably a sticker book, like, was designed with, like, stickers that look similar to what you would imagine a gym badge would look like, but it's stickers instead of...
Yeah, and then depending on if you, like, rematch the gym leader, or quote-unquote leader, a certain number of times, each time you get a different sticker.
Yeah. Also, Coffee, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
No, I'm still here. I'm just looking at fossils what can be found in the UK.
Ah.
Okay, I was just like, I saw your mic lighting up, but no noise coming out. I was like, uh-oh.
But yeah, like, as dumb as the concept seems to be, a sticker book actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then it actually gives you a reason to go back and just rematch the gym leaders, too.
Yeah, to slowly fill up your sticker book.
Now, granted, every time that you rematch the gym leader, their team is going to change. Their levels are going to change.
Yeah.
So, the plan is to make you work for it.
Yeah, no, definitely you gotta work for your stickers. I gotta write that down real quick.
Capsicid. You are not a shiny Capsicid, so I don't need to capture you.
Chinese, I feel like it's gonna be fun coming up with.
The idea of just alternative color palettes for our favorite mods of this quote-unquote region is gonna be awesome.
So much fun is going to be.
Though I will stipulate that all of them should at least be noticeable in some capacity.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're all in agreement there that we're gonna make sure these shinies are good and noticeable.
I'm sorry, but we don't need another Gengar or Garchomp.
Please no.
No.
Spare my boy.
We're not doing that. Subtlety I can agree with, but we actually have to make the differences noticeable.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, like the three main ones that I've found that are over here in the UK for fossils are ammonites, which are pretty much, you know, it's almanite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trilobites, which are Kabuto, and coral.
Coral could be cool.
Yeah. We could come up with a different thing from Corsola.
I wouldn't necessarily say Corsola, but hey, that's a grass type. That's a grass water type.
Hey.
Because you gotta also remember, like, the waters of Europe back when these guys were around was, like, a lot more tropical.
Yeah.
So, like, the tectonic plates would have been in a different spot from where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what's around for my area.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to. I've got my phone on me, so.
I'm wondering if we, given the fact that it's kind of gonna, because obviously it's, or words, if it's gonna kind of be a mix of like different aspects of like the U.S., the U.K., and a bit of Canada, if we want to try to like have 3 different fossils or just 2.
A few other ones that said, like, more recent ones have been fossilized shark teeth.
Ooh, we could do like a. I don't want to say we could do a convergent form of Sharpedo, but still.
We could make something bigger than a Sharpedo, because remember, Sharpedo is a more modern shark.
Oh, we could do a Megalodon.
Yeah, because sharks back then, there's several different kinds, but a lot of them are under the category of Megalodon, because Megalodon is a category of shark over a certain size.
Silver, we have a concept. We've got a concept. Write it down. Megalodon.
But that actually raises another extremely important question that we haven't answered yet. What are we gonna do for the legendaries?
I don't know. Well, it's a case of. I think we should at least have 3 legendaries, so that way we have at least a trio of something. And then how many mythicals do we want to add on top of that?
Oh God! A tossed myself into the sea.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Did you mushroom? You did mushroom.
I mushroomed, but I mushroomed way too hard.
You mushroomed too close to the sun.
This is why I keep telling you, you gotta stop the mushrooms, man.
Never.
But my question wasn't answered. How many mythicals?
I'm not sure.
I mean, going by the first game, there was only like 2, wasn't there?
Yeah, I was going to say, because as the games have progressed, more and more mythicals have been added. I don't
Yeah.
think we should continue that.
No, definitely not.
Because I think the only mythicals in the first one was Mew if you did the glitch to get it, and Mewtwo.
Mm-hmm. And which, even then, Mewtwo's... Well, yeah, because Mewtwo's... I always thought Mewtwo was a legendary and not a mythical, but now that I'm thinking about it more... Oh, jeez, I clicked the wrong button. Oh, well. Mewtwo's a mythical. Now, why it's gotten so much attention, I don't know, but still.
Why are we still here? Justice Jeffrey.
Please don't say that.
Let's be honest, the people who make Pokemon, they make their audience suffer because it's like, we continue to question, is it that? What is it?
The questioning isn't the problem. It's the shiny rocks that are the most annoying problem.
Yeah. Why give us a shiny if we can't even get the shiny except through illegal means?
Well, it's a case of, for some of them, I don't think that they were even coded in, and it's just like, ah!
Why are you like this?
Why?
Hey, I've caught 100 fish.
Congratulations.
But, I think it's definitely gonna be like, we want a few mythicals, but not too many.
Well, if we're doing 3 legendaries, I think we should have at least three mythicals. So that way it's quote unquote even. And also, Skyrax, no, it's not a feature, it's a problem.
I don't think we can, it's not a big bug, it's a feature that our way out of this one.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Coinbag, I'm gonna go gambling again.
You and your gambler. Ah. We're the try. Again, it's not a feature. It's a problem.
No dice.
If this thing actually flamethrowers again, it's gonna be my own fault.
I got $250. I made profit.
Silver, that's the sign to stop.
But consider.
That is the sign to
I
stop.
could get more.
That is the sign to stop. Oh, come on.
Oh, I didn't get the Cranidos, oh well.
Ah.
I bought another ticket.
I got a message. Who messaged me?
I assume it's gonna be the cowboy.
No.
There's the Pharisee.
There we go. Now I can at least tank one flamethrower and not have to worry about it.
Damn, I lost.
See? I told you. That was the side to stop. Also, today I learned I can take down the Alolan Executors by myself. I am proud.
Nice.
Executor, I'm already terastallized. The rest of the team isn't going to terastallize. You're better off just trying to punch me in the face.
Bonk.
And considering this thing set up grassy terrain, I'm healing every turn too.
Oh no.
No, the healing is actually a good thing.
Yeah, no, I'm saying oh no for him, not for you.
Ah, yes, you might want to call an ambulance, but not for me.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Exactly. Anyway, now that the tangent is thoroughly over, is there anything else? Anything else at all?
Let's see. We've discussed fossils. We've discussed legendaries and mythicals.
Mm-hmm.
At least in terms of like how many we want.
Right. The hospital. What's that move called? The hospital. Right. Oh.
We discussed adding mega evolutions and not really coming up with a unique because that's a lot harder than you think.
Well, it's a case of I wouldn't necessarily worry about doing megas. I would do more convergent
Yeah.
than.
I mean, again, I still want to have a couple megas because I do like megas.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to justify that in lore.
Because we said so. There's lore.
Sir, we're going to need to justify that in lore.
The lore!
Like, remember, you're talking to somebody who actually has a degree in this shit. Justification, or at least an explanation, is everything.
I'm sure I could bullshit my way out of one somehow.
Of course you could. Well, what about the rest of us?
That's a proper feature us.
So many eggs. So many eggies. And still no shiny, unfortunately. Oh well. I'm just hoping I don't have to go to 803 again.
But I'm trying to think if there's anything else we've forgotten about. Just fun.
At least until we get the decks together.
Yeah, because a lot of this does revolve around us figuring out the decks, like how many evolutions we get per person, what kind of typing, how those typings pair up with the gym leaders and the Elite Four. Like, a lot of this just revolves around us figuring out the Pokédex first.
Yeah. Though I would say, since we've got so many creators, each person will get one 3-stage evolution line and one 2-stage evolution line, if they so choose.
Well, I think it's going to be a mix, because, again, a couple of people that have already made Pokemon I've given 1 stage because there just isn't a reasonable way to...
Yeah.
For, like, giving them 2 stage or further, because it's just, like...
I did say if they so choose. So if there is a hey,
Yeah.
I don't want this one to evolve, then this one doesn't evolve. Like,
Yeah. Am I out of date again? God damn it. But yeah, it's... I'm trying to think of... Because we discussed starters. We still need to look into that, but that's going to happen at a later time.
yeah. And it's a case of we still need to figure out
are we going
what
to
we're
do
doing
the
for a water
classic
starter.
Route 1 creatures?
So the classic Route 1 bird, Route 1 rodent.
Route 1 bug, all that stuff.
I would say the bug, yes. The bird, maybe. And then the quote-unquote mammal. Because I will admit, Lillipup and
Oh my
Purrloin are
god!
not.
You good?
I just caught a huge fish.
Oh god. I just saw
Okay.
it on your stream.
Okay.
It's a giant tuna.
Okay.
Massive tuna!
For a minute, I'm just like, did you actually get something, or did you see something that I didn't? Huh?
Big fish.
Big
I walk
fish.
so slow with this.
Well, of course you do. It's huge.
But, yeah, so we'll definitely do Route 1 bug, we may do Route 1 bird, and probably Route 1 mammal.
Or at least a Route 1 mammal, because technically Generation 5 had 2 with Purrloin and Lillipup
Yeah.
and Patrat. So it's technically 3.
Okay, so are there any other classic tropes with Pokemon that like get brought up a lot when people make Pokemon regions? I'm trying to remember.
Pseudo, Fossil, and I don't know if there's any others that we haven't already talked about.
Yeah. I think that's all of the big ones. Okay, yeah, so I think that's mostly everything that we can cover right now in terms of Phase 1 and Phase 2, and obviously Phase 3 will be like, do we want to develop this into full-on story with Evil Team, and if so, what's that Evil Team?
Yeah, Phase 3 is effectively
What's their
what
shtick?
Phase 3 is effectively what is our story, what is our plot line. And then 4 is just
Yeah.
packaging.
Yeah. Stage 3 is the where do we go from here stage.
Yeah. But
I think that's the majority of everything.
and it only took us around 2 hours. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
I
stayed
am
on track for once.
Yeah.
well, kind of.
Listen, this is on track for us.
It really is.
I'm just surprised that it only
It's a
took.
small victory.
I'm surprised that it only took us about 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, this is the bare bones of everything.
Still, I was expecting a little bit more of a. No, I would like X, Y, and Z, and us not really coming.
Agreed.
Yeah, not really coming together on a concept.
Well, again, Again, the biggest thing I want from this kind of Fakemon world is just it's based off of my friends. Like, that's the biggest thing.
All right, 11
So
executor.
Anything outside of that, I'm just like, yeah, I don't really have any big purposes outside of that. So, like, please, give.
Mm-hmm.
Give, please.
Okay, the sun is set up. I know he does have flamethrower, so I will have to keep that in mind. But ideally, we're just blasting this thing. Also, that is a
I
Gen.
go Oblivion with you!
That's a Gen Ninja. I am very annoyed.
I'm currently just looking at prices to go on a train next month for my transgender stuff. It's actually a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Hey,
Well, yeah, considering at least for the UK, I thought like train travel was like relatively.
It's relatively cheap. It gets cheaper if you have a rail card, which I don't. But it also depends where you're going from and to, and if you're going at peak or off-peak times.
That makes sense.
and I assume that you found it. You've been able to pull it off in such a way.
Well, when I say peak and off peak, it basically means like, peak times is usually like, you know, when in the morning and the afternoon when people go to work and come home from work, that's
Yeah.
like the rush hour.
Yeah, rush.
That's the peak hours, so it's usually from about like 3 to about maybe half 5 ish,
Mhm.
and then the rest of the time is off peak. But the only downside is if you buy an off peak or on peak ticket, it's only for those times.
Yeah.
So like if you get an on peak ticket, you can only get on either like the morning on peak or the afternoon on peak.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of people will usually buy off peak tickets
Yeah.
because a lot of the time it's a lot cheaper.
Which makes sense.
But again, it also depends on like where you're going from and to, how far the distance is, if you need to do any changes. Which, by the looks of it, I'll need to make one change, both there and back. But that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Because one change, yeah, the one change I expected, because where I go, it goes to Birmingham, and then I have to get another train from Birmingham to wherever I'm going usually.
Mhm.
Because my town is like not on the main line that goes through the middle of the UK. It's kind of like a subset line.
Yeah.
So I have to go to Birmingham if I want to go to anywhere on a central line.
Makes sense.
At least you have that public transport.
Yes. Public transport over here, because we're a lot more close together, that kind of needs it.
Mhm.
Whereas over in America, it's a lot more spaced out.
Still, it would be nice to. It would be
Come
nice
join
to
me.
have something like that.
Come join me.
Yeah.
Sir, I do not have the means to.
But yeah, for a ticket there and a ticket back, it's only £35, roughly.
Man, that's cheap.
Just make it.
36 if I round it up.
Man, that's cheap.
Oh, I got a massive seahorse.
Nice.
And that's getting me from here
And
to
then I fell in
Nottingham.
the water.
So.
That's a big way.
Mhm.
I can take a screenshot. I'll put it in streaming. This is how far I have to go. I don't know why it set it to walking, but basically that line is how I gotta go. There we go. That's better.
I was going to say, do they assume that you're walking the entire way? Because
I think it's because I set it to walking on the last result that I did. So set. There we go. That's train.
Mm. Good to know.
So like it's not too
Hey,
far
look,
away.
there's a playthrough.
It's not too far away, but it's far enough away.
Mhm.
I
That's
don't
a
even
normal
think I've
gone,
been to Nottingham
man.
before.
If I remember correctly, you haven't. Mainly because we were talking about it at one point.
Let's see. Let's see if I can get a table seat.
And there's the rollout. That's a bit of a problem. There's the shield, which is arguably even worse. And there's the removal of the burn.
Now I remember my password, because I haven't used this website for a long time.
Oh no!
Well, to be fair, you haven't needed to until now.
I still have to see a bunch of fresh water.
I think we may have to go nuclear option on this, which... Okay, here we go. Terrestrialize into flying, brave bird.
Oh god.
There's a reason I call it the nuclear option.
Nuclear option.
Because it tends to knock me out. More often than not. Well, it worked! And I survived! Yay! Ow! As soon as I get smacked in the face. There we go. Well, I'm happy that I was able to help you, at least in terms of the quote-unquote production of this little world of ours. Even if it was to kind of be that person of, hold on, let's dial it back a little.
Just hold up.
Think this out for a moment.
Exactly. Because it's a case of we always need one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that one, and I need this one.
Again, the majority of the rest of this is just gonna be concept working the Pokédex, and then we can get it to actually working on the rest of it.
Well, at least for the decks, we have ideas for the pseudo, at least. So I think we can start there.
Yeah.
I think we can start there and then work our way out.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's reading.
Do I get e-tickets, which is free, or do I get a physical one?
Can you get both?
No.
Dang it, if you can't get both, then part of me is like, you should probably get the physical ticket.
Yeah, like, I can get I can download the tickets so that I can view them offline,
Yeah.
because they can give you a file.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, do I get a physical copy, and that way I don't lose it?
That would probably be the best idea, to be completely honest with you.
Actually, I'm gonna go with e-ticket, because I misplay shit all the time.
There we go.
I think we'll probably go for like 50 minutes more on my end and then wrap up the stream for today.
Alright.
Oh, no wonder it's so fucking cheap.
Done. Why?
Apparently, it's like the 200th anniversary of their rail sale, apparently. So it's like they get up to 50% off tickets.
Nice. And Silver, just so you know, we have been going for over 2 hours already, so if you were thinking about meeting a certain quota, we kind of already have.
Well, I'm just saying that because around that mark is when I also gotta go feed the dog, so I'll end off stream when I have to go feed the dog.
Yeah.
So we've got pretty much everything that we need to get done today done. In terms of just working things out for this universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right now, we vibe. We just
We
vibe.
for the last bit. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be again, the Pokédex is gonna be probably the largest hurdle obviously.
Mm-hmm. Which
Amazing,
even
when you have to create an entire deck from scratch, it becomes a very big hurdle to cover.
I thought we've been vibing. We have. It's just we had a direction before. Now we don't have the direction. So, um, but yeah, and even with the quote unquote chunk, quote unquote Pokedex, if we break it into chunks based on what we already have, because we already have a concept for the pseudo, we've already got a concept for starters. If we start with that and then work our way out, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Fortress. I don't know what to expect from you.
Yes, I know I'm catching fish in rain. I'd like to catch specifically rain fish, if you wouldn't mind.
And what exactly is a rainfish?
Fish that only can spawn while it's raining.
Ah. For a minute, I'm like, my guy, that doesn't narrow it down.
Because I don't know how often it rains, so I'm like, I need to get rainfish while I have the chance. Give me rainfish. It's not giving me rainfish.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, it finally gave me a rainfish.
Nice. What'd you get?
How much more bait? A gar.
Okay.
Gars are pretty big.
That's the first time I've heard of that fish. Like, I've heard of Arctic char, which can get decently big, but
That's a gar.
hmm.
Oh, I have a bucket hat.
Aw. Your standard fisherman hat.
It gets a little wonky because of the mask cosmetic I'm wearing, but that's okay.
I mean, I would assume so. Alright. You've got another egg. Let's see.
No, the rain's gone.
Turtwig! Still not shiny.
Damn.
At least Turtwig is cute. Just look at him. He's just nodding along.
He's just a guy.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, hey, it's raining again.
Hello.
Oh no, it's just raining over here now.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Taurus.
I managed to get it slightly cheaper as well.
Really?
Oh, nice.
How?
So the actual I don't know. I did something, but it's now cheaper. So it was $34.40 for the actual trip, and then for the booking fee on top of that it was only like $139 extra. So I'm only paying like £36 altogether.
Nice.
Rounding that up to 40 just to make it easy. Roughly.
Where did I put my phone? Well, I'm rounding up to 36 because it's $35.79.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Now let's hope I don't get bombarded by another Tauros. Or two.
The Tauros jump scares.
Hey, at least you're not catching me get trampled by an entire stampede.
Seriously, what is with Tauros, Veluza, and Rufflet? Like, those three
they just
in
hate
particular.
your guts if you even step it near them.
Well, it's a case of they don't hate you. It's 2 out of the 3 groups, spawning groups of 5, so they're a pain in the butt to avoid. And the other one is just freaking persistent. Sorry, I shouldn't be getting salty, but I am.
No, I feel you.
We feel your pain.
Especially when you're, like, desert hunting for something. Like, the Rufflet.
Ah! it's like as soon as they see you, target acquired. Oh crap.
Lock on.
Cyndaquil. Still not shiny, unfortunately.
Guys, do I have now? I'm still missing a lot of the salt water. How many of the fresh water do I have? I'm still missing 2, 4, 6, 8 of the fresh water. Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh god.
You good?
Good?
Yep, dog.
Oh, again, I seriously hope I don't have to go to 800 eggs again.
Yeah.
Like, I like doing Masuda roulettes with you guys because it's easy enough to do and I can set it up ahead of time. It's just 800 eggs. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It takes a toll on a person.
It really does.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Giant tuna again?
You could say that. It's a little big.
Sir?
Just a little bit.
Oh god.
Sir?
Just a little bit.
Did Silver break the game this time?
No, well, the fish did though.
Again, did Silver break it this time? That's a manta ray! What the hell? That's a manta ray! What the hell? What? I'm sorry, what? And that's a pine cow.
Where can I place?
I'm probably gonna do some more hatching off stream as well, just because I have so many boxes. Like boxes 9 through 17 are full of eggs, so it's safe to say that I came prepared. Dang it, I came prepared.
Apparently, this website says traveling by train emits 67% less CO2 than by car.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why people actually bring it up as a alternative, which, yeah, it's great if you actually have a train system nearby.
That guy's there. I will put you over.
7 million poke.
Okay, so now I gotta download the app to get these.
So, Coffee, if you don't mind me asking, is it a consultation? Or is it, like, actually doing
I don't know.
something?
It just says face-to-face appointment, so I don't know.
Dusk stone, that would be nice. And I've got plenty of herb sausages. Yes, please. I would like to join the auction.
Oh, a Bidoof.
Hmm?
There's a Bidoof in the chat.
Oh, God has appeared.
God is here to bless the stream.
Well, I
You're
hope...
a stingray.
I hope his blessing, I hope that I actually receive it.
So you don't have to go through all the eggs.
Well, no, it's a case of I'm going to go through all of the eggs eventually. I just hope I can manage to get something on camera. Like,
Yeah.
right now. That's the wrong button. That is the wrong button. There we go. That is the correct button. Okay, where are we going now? I do need to go up to there. So,
Oh, hey, I caught a sawfish.
there we go.
I caught the doof.
Nice. Oh.
And then I caught a dogfish.
As opposed to a catfish?
I caught a catfish earlier.
I was making a joke. You know what? We can just...
Well, fucking start to see, okay.
We will use the ocean and go from there. Because I could find something
But with all
full
that
odds.
said, I think we're gonna end off stream on my end here. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to leave a follow, and thank you so much for watching. And if you're watching this from over on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below for any game suggestions or a suggestion for the FakeMon universe we're making here.
And
If you want to see more content from me, you can check me out both on my main channel, my VODs channel, as well as Ages of Chaos. Do you fucking mind?
No, I don't.
As well as Ages of Chaos, where me, Coffee, and a bunch of other friends all get together and play games together. If you want to see when and what I'll be streaming, you can check out Blue Sky, as well as all my other socials, which are linked below. Of course, my buddies catch something now while I'm trying to end off my stream. I appreciate you guys, but what the hell?
Yep.
But, I believe that is everything. You will probably see me this upcoming week, mainly Saturday right now. That's the only date scheduled, but, I will be starting school as of next week, so there is a chance that there will be only late evening streams on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm not sure about other days.
That's why they're really trying to start something with you, Sam.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
Fishbone, I know. I'm working on it. But with all that said,
Who are we
God
reading
damn it,
today?
Dad. Let me see who there is to read.
Yeah. And on that note, because we did hatch a Cyndaquil during the outro, I think I'm going to wrap up as well, and then I will do a little bit more hatching off stream. If I do find something, it will go up on Dungeon Brewer Media, which, again, shameless plug, so don't necessarily worry about it. So, with all of that said, thank you to everyone who decided to pop in and listen to the three of us just kind of ramble on. Please make sure to leave a follow and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time we are live. On the YouTube channels, make sure to like, comment, and sub over there so you don't miss any new content. VODs, at least for me, will be up within 1 to 2 days. It really depends on if I remember to put them up in the first place or not. If you are feeling particularly generous on my end, because I am not an affiliate yet, we're working on it, I have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the...
Skyrock says y'all's rambling on why I'm here.
Thank you. Anyway, I do have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the Twitch channel and in the description of the YouTube vids. Any money generated through that link will go back towards the channel in some way. Additionally, I do have a link to a portfolio of stuff that I personally wrote. It is D&D homebrew stuff. I don't guarantee perfection, just something interesting for your next tabletop adventure. The next stream. I think we're gonna shoot, well, I think we're gonna try to shoot for Tuesday again. because that's just kind of been a consistent thing for me, and I like doing that. I
Speaking
think.
of Tuesdays, I know because Silver, we're gonna be changing to Saturdays to do our group streams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out how to shift
I'm
things
thinking-
along.
Well, I'm thinking of moving my streams usually on Saturdays to Tuesdays instead.
Oh, so in other words, I just stream with you at the beginning of the week as opposed to the end. Cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, with that being said, do you want to do day 2 of the winter training race or not?
Yes.
All
We can
right.
do that on Tuesday.
All right, that's what we're
Next
doing
week
on
I will
Tuesday
still
then.
be- Yeah, next week I'll still be here. It'll be the week after that I think my dad wants me to take care of the kitties whilst he's away.
I figure I ask you now. So,
Which means a week of fluffy cuddles.
Yep. so with that being said, I will see you all on Tuesday for the day 2 of our winter shiny race. Until then, stay safe out there. Good luck.